Okay, entrepreneurs. Against all odds, I'll be stopping you. So it's a training, it's a course outline for all of us that are doing well. So the first one we looked at here, our outline for the class. Number one is context for the concept. Okay. Number two, we are looking at against all odds. Okay. Number three, we are looking at spot the difference. Number four, we are looking at amphibious entrepreneurs. Okay. Number five, we are looking at attractive features. What to make you attractive and attract favor upon your life. About 7 of them we'll discuss today. Number 6, the last one, the promotion you are looking for is looking for something. You're looking for features in your life. And, okay, so yesterday we started telling us that God does not call the qualified. He qualified the call. So you don't have to be qualified. Once you are ready to learn, you are teachable, you are able to follow simple instructions, you will definitely be qualified. So calling comes first before qualification comes after. So don't talk yourself out of every place that God has destined you to be, every promotion, every phase of industry, every circle of influence. Don't say, I'm not good enough. We are not good for anything. And we are poor. We are broke. Nobody is helping us. Don't use your mouth to become your worst enemy. By you don't have experience, you are not educated enough, you don't have capacity enough. All those things are all contributing factors. God has called us to a center of influence in the realm of greatness, and He will qualify us. So we started talking yesterday about context for the concept yesterday. So we told us that we use a man as case study, Daniel 1:3-4. So we use that as a case study, where Daniel started talking about how they extended the opportunity for the children of Israel to occupy an office in the king and the palace and the kingdom of Nebuchadnezzar. So he has this man called Enoch that actually go to select some quality, some quality he looks for in every children of the captives. You know, when they fight those days and they conquer a nation, they conquer a city, conquer a village, they normally carried their children and their spoils and they become slaves. So he instructed the master of the eunuch to look for certain characteristics and qualities in the children of Israel. People that are teachable, learnable, that can ready to adapt. So he found 4 of them, which was Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, because they made the initial qualification for the promotion. So they have to go through a period of preparation, educating, learning, so they can be, of course, one of the advisors to the king and, of course, the counselors of the king. So they were called, so we are all called to the marketplace to make impact in industry. We are all called to become God's agents, of course, in the face of influence in the area of our we find ourselves. So we need to prepare. There's a preparation stage for us to be qualified for our next promotion. So I always tell us most of the time that preparation is the highest demonstration of faith. I know I'm going to win in 100 meters race, so I need to prepare. I want to win the football match. I need to prepare. I want to pass these exams. I need to prepare. I will marry. I need to prepare. I will become a father. I need to prepare. So if you don't prepare, it simply shows that you don't have faith. You don't believe. So believe it means accepting as true. Faith is that you actually take actions. Faith is an action word. It's something that you do based on what you believe. So that is why God has opened a great door before us, and no man can shut it. But there are many adversaries, and that adversaries is that it's not that you're going to be overcoming, you're going to overpower us, but if you don't prepare, you'll be consumed by it. So God is for you, and no one can be against you. But you are on the verge of your victory at the blink of your breakthrough. So knowing that you are going to occupy office CEOs, you want to become a MD and CEO of a company, you want to start paying people salary, is it not time for you to prepare? How do you prepare? Invest in yourself. Read books, attend trainings. How do you prepare? Learn skills, learn competence. Be good. Do something excellently. Find an industry. Find a niche. Become a solution to people. Yesterday, I've been saying over the time that money is a reward for solving a problem, Money is a reward for making impact. Money is a reward for being significant. So you don't wake up and say, I want to make money. You wake up and say, I want to solve a problem. I want to meet a need. I want to actually solve a problem. I want to be valuable. See, don't just be valuable. I mean, don't just be available. Be valuable. Tell your neighbor, don't just be available. Be valuable. The market doesn't pay you for being available. In fact, this is how you be available. You start losing your value. It's how you become available too much. You lose your significance. You lose your, people don't regard you again. So sometimes scarcity increases the value of a thing. So we discussed that yesterday, that there are certain characteristics, there are certain qualities that will actually make you become successful, that will make you find favor. Show me a man diligent in his work. He will stand before kings and not mere men. But the man is not diligent. You see, the problem that he find it difficult to have favor. He find it difficult to attract, of course, the promotion that he's looking for. Because for you to be successful as an entrepreneur, you need to know there are odds against you. There are odds against you. There are challenges you have to face. Rejection, criticism. I told you, when you want to be at the top, you become the topic, you become the target. You want to be ahead of other people, seriously speaking, you become the headline. So know that there are challenges. So yesterday we started telling about 7 challenges that these 4 gentlemen faced in the city of Babylon. Now, one is that they were the part of the minority ethnic group. So they were the slaves. So they were the part of the ethnic minority. So they were slave class with no rights. But they find favor. What happened? They possess a certain characteristics and quality. So I told you, it's better you become wealthy by the contents of your character. Become wealthy by who you are. It's not about, a man's life does not consist in the abundance of things he possesses. So don't be defined by the qualities, the things you possess. Be defined by the content of your character. See, you sustain success and improve your success by becoming the person that can sustain every situation. And one of the ways I'll help you sustain that success is because you follow the process, because the discipline you form in the process helps you sustain outcomes and results. Help me tell your neighbor, the discipline you form in the process helps you sustain result and outcome. What if you don't pass through process? What if you are too used to shortcut? Shortcut that is cutting people's life short. Your life will not be cut short in Jesus' name. Now you know if you talk again, touch yourself again, say I'm a success. I'm a success. Now you're waking up. That one is still begging for the charge card. Touch yourself, say I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. So we said that these 4 men, Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were captives in the city of Babylon. And the king was Nebuchadnezzar. But the eunuch went to pick the 4 of them because the eunuch have practiced this thing for a long time. So he can spot certain qualities, certain people that can adapt, that can learn, that are teachable, that are coachable, that can follow instructions. So he spot them out and bring them. But you know what happened? Even though they were in the midst of toxic environment of pagan palace, so they were surrounded with witches and wizards, they were still find favor in the eyes of the king. They were deeply convinced about their belief system. They were the target of jealousy and envy. Yesterday I started telling us that jealousy means that someone that wants to have what you have. So they will start challenging you, I deserve to get that position. Why did they give it to that person? That is jealousy. So when someone desires what you have, that person is jealous of you. Yesterday we started envy means that they don't even believe that you deserve to be there. So that's when somebody is envious. So these people were the target of jealousy and envy because the Babylonians were now angry. These guys are slaves now. Why are they there? I'm supposed to be there. And they don't even deserve to be there. They were children of captive. But you know what they did? In fact, the scriptures went to sometimes talk about that. Daniel has an excellent spirit. It means that anything he does it excellently. He doesn't do half job. Sweep the floor, he take time to sweep them. Wash plate, he take time to wash them. Wash plate, anything he finds his hand to do, he do with all his might. In fact, there was a time he even rejected the king's meal. I don't want to battle. In fact, you know what can happen? It's like to separate himself, because when you separate yourself to become valuable, you will always, I say, money is a slave of value. Favor is a slave of value. It happened to Joseph now. Joseph was not always available in the palace, but he was always available. Taking care of the sheep. When they came to take food to his brother, he was running. Even though they put him in the pit, sold him to the Egyptian, and they sold him to Potiphar. He went to Potiphar's house, he was available. That at some point, Potiphar now said, you will become ahead of everything except me and my wife. You know what happened? Even when the guy was lied upon and he went to prison, he was available. He solved problem. You that is here, what value do you have? What skills do you have? What problem can you solve? Have you packaged it? Or you just say, I don't want to register my company with corporate affairs commission. Okay, even if it's business name, it's 15K to 25,000. Go to CAC, register your company, start putting your brand on your name. Brand yourself, brand your value, invest in yourself. See, the world will buy you the same way you see yourself. They will not treat you better. the world will treat you the way you see yourself. You will fall in love, you don't even realize that you see yourself like poor, they will treat you like poor. Like wealthy, and see a wealthy person. So see yourself, I call it attitude, attitude, the way you think and feel about yourself. So it's very important. So these guys you see, they were operating the foreign country with a new language and new custom. So it happened to Esther, happened to everybody. So it can also happen to you if you choose to become valuable today and not just available. So yesterday we moved to talk about spot the difference. So instead of talking about I drew something like this yesterday. Oh, okay. I drew something like this yesterday. I drew something like that. I said that this one is called religious isolation, and this one is called spiritual insulation. Okay, so I said that people liked they seek change through imposition. That's number one. They seek change. People that are religious, they always seek change because change is constant. Change is the only thing. Through what? Imposition. Imposition. So I drew this yesterday. I said this is what they seek change through what? Influence. They seek change. They want to change and contribute, add value to the world. Seek change through influence. Okay, so yesterday, this is where we stopped yesterday now. Yes or yes? Okay, so I said about influence. You cannot influence a man except to impact. You cannot influence a man except to contribute positively to improve the lives of the man. And the man is used to follow you willingly on his own. It happens to all of us that we worship in any church, anywhere you worship, because a man's soul always looks for a deity, a supernatural being, an almighty to worship. So if you don't worship God, you worship tree. You don't worship tree. You don't worship tree. You worship rat. You worship cockroach. Find something. That's one thing that happens. The man's soul seeks expression. As the body needs food, so is the spirit of the man need the word of God. So is your mind need knowledge. So as food is to the body, so is knowledge is to the mind, the word of God to the spirit. So you see, this thing happens. It's just normal. It's just the way it is. So he seeks to influence people, and religious people cannot stand in the presence of a king because it offends and horrifies them. Why? Of course, spiritual people always require a spiritual insulation to affect because of their identity. So religious people always impose on you their way of life, beliefs, and standards. Why? With people that are a spiritual insulation, it means that you're going to be on the outside who you are on the inside. So spiritual, of course, insulation, they live their life based on do's and don'ts, sin consciousness. While these people now, they live their life based on their identity in God. So we don't want to go there because I have something to share with us today that is very important with us. But let's just try and get a soft landing space for spot the difference. The difference is that you should not be just religious. You should be what? Spiritual. You should not just be imposing your beliefs and your attitude, your do's and don'ts. Rather do what? Influence by impact. Tell no impact. Yes, influenced by impact. That's how life works. So when God called you to the marketplace, He wants you to. He called you to the arena of greatness. Of course, there are principalities and powers. There are darkness. There are, of course, in high places that want to stop you. But let me tell you the truth about life. You need to understand that the kingdom must be advanced through your impact. So one of the best way to actually overcome is to recognize who you are as a person. You must become influential in every system you find yourself. So to be influential, you must be spiritually insulated. So religious people are like thermometer. Let me just write that one so that we can actually close this one. Let me just put number 2. Thermometer. What it means is that thermometer simply means that they read temperature. So they read temperature. So why, if you are spiritual minded, you become thermostat. They set the temperature. This will they set the temperature. So, of course, thermometer read temperature. Thermostat set the temperature. So that what simply means that you are going to be in a place where you decide to set the things to standard. Because see, even when the king says that they should, when they blow the trumpet and beat the drum, that everybody should bow to the graven image. These 3 Hebrew men, they refuse to bow because I'm going to talk about it today. You must stand for something. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for everything. So becoming an entrepreneur, it simply means that you must identify a particular niche in the market to stand for. I want to make a difference. I want to make contribution because I'm talking to entrepreneurs, business people, and investors. So there is nobody that become entrepreneur without not finding a niche in the market to meet up a need. The chair you're sitting down today was someone's idea. The clothes, the shoe was someone's idea. The phone, everything you can ever see or touch right now is someone's idea. So what about your own idea? You don't even believe in yourself. You don't believe in your subconscious mind. You don't believe your ideas are valuable. And why you don't believe? Because you don't learn to write the ideas down. Anytime you write your idea, in fact, there's a law that says that the more you write things down, the more clarity it becomes. So it's one of the habits of a wealthy man because learning is a royal habit. Tell your neighbor, learning is a royal habit. Tell your neighbor, but it takes a king to study. Let's go to where we are going to today. So let's go to amphibious entrepreneurs. Now, amphibious entrepreneurs. That's what we are going to today. We have to do the three of them, so you have to be very fast. So now, when something is amphibious, it simply means that you can live in two worlds or two realms of life. Like some animals that live in water and land. That's amphibious. When something is amphibious, it means you are a creature that can live and operate in two worlds or two realms, of course, in life. Two realms of life or two worlds in life. So that is to say that you can be a father and still be a lawyer. You can still be a father and still be a doctor. You can still be a father and still be a mother. You can still be a mother and still be a teacher. You can still become entrepreneurs. In your office, you're a lawyer. You put up the everything, and you are saying objection, my lord. But in the house, you cannot be doing that in the house now. You are a father to your children and a husband to your wife. Imagine that. So you can easily adapt. Some people cannot adapt. In fact, they are very good as a father. They are very bad in business. Some are very good in business. They are very bad in their family life. Some are very good, to forgive and have a spirit, but they are very bad in their finances. So you should improve in every areas of your life that matters to the society. Because these people that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to give you some things you have to think about. They did very well in any area they find themselves. That means they're able to exercise the amphibious characteristics as an entrepreneur that chooses to become. In fact, they even learn the language of the Babylonians, the Chaldeans. So I'm going to give you right now. So I want you to know that becoming an entrepreneur, it means that you are selling a product in Uyo, you go to Anambra State that's speaking an Igbo. You should be able to adapt to at least to understand. You go to the north, they're speaking Hausa or whatever, the Fulani. So you should be able to adapt. Some people say, no, I don't want to adapt. I will not go there. I will not even try it. Either you change. So you must be, you don't have to be static. You have to be dynamic. Say, no, don't be static. Be dynamic. Dynamic gives to be to conflict. Some people say, they just stay static. No, you can't succeed like that. You can't succeed like that. The thing is this. Okay, let me give you the amphibious. I'll give you three characteristics. So we have to. I didn't want to clean this, but let me see what I can do because there's no space to write now. I have to take it out so that we can discuss this amphibious duality of entrepreneur. This is one of the reasons entrepreneurs succeed faster than every other person in the marketplace. So, the duality, they have three characteristics. Number one here is that they have the dual identity. Dual identity. So, they were both, at this time, they have the Hebrew name and Babylonian name. So, I'm going to give you their names. They have the Hebrew name, the children of Israel, and they have the Babylonian name. They have Babylonian name. So, for Daniel, his name was Belshazzar. Then the Babylonian name was that Belshazzar. So, Babylonian name, how do I write it down? Okay, the Hebrew name is Daniel. The Babylonian name is Belshazzar. Beltzar. So, they answer two names because when they capture you, they will change your name. They will change your name. So, the guy was able to, because when they picked the eunuch, picked him to go and train him, pass him through a process of preparation, of course, before he appeared before kings, they changed his name. So, they didn't have problem. They simply accepted because I was going to talk about something very important because they understood their purpose. So I tell you, when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. They have a job and they have a true work. I will mention it shortly. So when you become an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. As far as your purpose is going to be fulfilled. When I want to produce chair, cement, industry, roofing sheet, carpenter, tailoring, you should understand that every industry, every profession have their language. See, engineers have their language. Lawyers have their language. Medicine and surgery, they have their language. If they speak their language, pharmacists, they have their language. So every industry, father, is I don't want to learn. And that this one I want. No, now. See, you have to understand that adaptability is going to help you to find favor. That is what happened. As an entrepreneur, as of course, as someone who wants to really make a real change, you should be able to adapt. Many people cannot find favor in hindsight of kings. They have wonderful products, but because of their inability to adapt to work with people, they say, hey, that's how I used to behave. No. See, I know that's how I used to behave, but fine. That is not taking you the way you want to be. You are a true reflection of who you were yesterday. A man said, you become the next person in the next 5 years, the same person in the next 5 years, except for the books you read and the people you associate yourself with. So you are saying quality people, you improve your values. Negative people, your values will decrease. So very, very important to be able to adapt. So the first thing that they saw, notice that these people, these 3 Hebrew men, they were able to adapt. Of course, looking at it in Babylon, in the Hebrew, Shadrach, of course, his name was Hadi. Oh, how do I do this? Okay, let me do like this. Let me put the Babylonian name. Babylonian name was Shadrach. Okay, Shadrach. Okay, and the Hebrew name was Hadi. So, and then Shadrach, Meshach, of course, his name was Mishael. So, Mishael. Okay, perfect. And the Babylonian name was Meshach. That is the Babylonian name. The Babylonian was Meshach. Okay, the Hebrew name was Mishael. Okay, the last one, there was Abednego. So he has a Hebrew name called Azariah. So Azara, and the Babylonian name was the Abednego they gave to him. That's the one everybody knows. So perfect. So you can see they're able to adapt. They have a dual identity. So, and they also learn the language of these gentlemen. So they can speak their language. I'll come to that very soon. So in the boardroom, you are the CEO. In your house, you are the husband. You are also the father. So you can live in your workplace, in your marketplace, in church and home. A lot of people don't know how to live a good life at home and also a good life in the workplace. I know what happened. If you fail in one, something happened, because the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So having the mindset of adaptability, of being dynamic, will help you succeed and strive as an entrepreneur. Why you still keep your home, become a father to your of course children, become a husband to your wife. You can still become a CEO and MD of a company, and you can still succeed. But if you don't want to adapt, one will suffer, and that is not good for you. For your mental sanity, it's not good for you. So speaking the language of the industry is very important. So of course, number 2 thing they have here is that they were bilingual. So BILUG, of course, bilingual. They speak 2 languages. So they speak both the Hebrews and the Chaldeans. That is the language they call in the, of course, in the Babylon. They speak this language, Chaldeans. So they were bilingual. They speak both Hebrew and what? The Chaldeans. So the last one here is that they have 2 roles. Dual roles. That's number 3. They have what they call dual roles. So they were both here. They had a job. That's number 3 here. This one now, number 2, there was no space here. So number 2 is that they speak Hebrew, and they also speak the Chaldeans. Number 3 here. Number 3, so they have a job and they have a true work. They have a job and they have a true work. So all of us have a job and a true work. What's the difference? Job is what you are paid to do. Work is what you are created and made to do. These are the difference. So if you are getting paid for something, you have a job. But if you are created to do something, fulfill a purpose, calling, assignment, that is your true work. So don't just do it. Don't just do job. Get a true work. Because if you do a true work, inside the true work, you'll be compensated. So your true work comprises of job, but you do job alone, you are not fulfilling true work. So that is why it's always good for somebody to know the difference between his true work, because you are sent there as a solution, intentionally, divinely, deliberately, as a solution to someone, to a nation. Tell your neighbor, I'm a solution.
I'm a solution.
You can do better than that. Touch yourself, I'm a billionaire.
I'm a billionaire.
Then I'm a billionaire creator.
I'm a billionaire creator.
So you need to know your true work. So you can also become successful in law, in finance, in medicine, in media, in public sector, as an engineer, as an entrepreneur, speaking the language of your profession, and still speak the language that makes sense to your family and your children at home. So in every phase and terms of industry, it will give you license to dominate an industry when you are able to adapt. So you need a professional language in your industry to operate as an Hebrew. That is the spiritual language to also operate in your family and what you are created to do. I told you the difference. You need to write it down. Your job is what you are paid to do, and your work is what you are created and made to do. See, write it down. Repeat it. It's very fine. Your job is what you are paid to do, and your work is what you are created and made to do. Write on your note, your job is what you are being paid to do, and your work is what you are created and made to do. So what was their job? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Their job was to become a counselor and advisor to the king. That was why they were trained. They trained the language of the Babylonians, of course, the Chaldeans, that's the language they call it. So they were trained to speak their language, trained to follow their culture and whatever they were training, because the king, Nebuchadnezzar, needed them in the palace as to become his counselor and, of course, and his advisor. And, because of their diligence, Daniel rose to become a governor. Daniel rose to occupy, even though he was a child of course, a captive. But that was not the limitation. You are not even a child of a captive. You are even free. You are telling yourself, born and some things are hard. Oh my God. This guy is a slave. This guy is a slave. But in image, he happened to Joseph, a slave, image as a prime minister in Egypt. He happened to Esther. He happened to Nehemiah. Name them. But the problem is, why? Because of their thinking, because of the awareness of who they are as a person. Knowing yourself is very important, because you cannot lead others except you lead yourself. You cannot even plan a day. You cannot plan your day. You cannot plan your 15 years. Forget about it, my brother. See, he that failed to plan to fail. There's no two ways about it. So I don't want to arrive at the destination you never planned. I don't want to live a life based on people's opinion, based on people's terms. I don't want to live a life based on the economy of Nigeria, because the economy will do you wutu. So you don't have to create your own economy. Tell your neighbor, I'm in charge.
I'm in charge.
You have to know that if something must be done, I must make it work. Be involved. Love process. People don't like process. Without process, you can never sustain results. Without process, you cannot sustain outcome. Without process, you cannot be transformed. You reform. If I let me do them, after you don't do all the shortcuts, finish. Now, tell you what happened. You see, come back to the same spot. That's the thing. People don't understand. After you don't cut all the corners, finish. See, if you always like things to be easy. See, there's something called hard and easy. So you want an easy life, your life will be hard tomorrow. You want to do hard things today, your life will be easy tomorrow. Be hard on yourself. Invest in yourself, because see, God wants to remove all those excuses, chop all those procrastination. He wants to cut it off, but you don't want. You just want to you want to fool of yourself, and this thing leads to ego and pride, and pride, go work. So understand that as an entrepreneur, humble yourself and learn the discipline of a profession. Because all things are possible, but not all things are probable. Not everything that is possible to happen to you will possibly happen to you. What will make it happen to you? Because you are skillful and competent. For example, now, can everybody become a billionaire? Yes. But will it happen to all of us? It depends on our skills and competence, on the value you bring to the marketplace. So all things are possible, but not all things are probable. So for things to be probable, probably to happen to you, is that you must be skillful and competent. So that you're going to become successful, that is possible. They're not possible.
Possible.
But what to make it probable is that you are skillful and competent. What did I say? Skillful and competent. Daniel was skillful and competent, diligent in whatever he was there to do. That was why the Bible recorded that he has an excellent spirit. I repeat myself again. Excellent spirit means that you do things excellently. And when you begin to form the habit of doing things excellently, okay, it will not take you 3 years. I can beat my hand on my chest. Why you see people do things poorly is because they have a poorly mentality. And that poorly mentality is a mind virus. They know mind virus.
Mind virus.
So write down your note as we round out this particular section of amphibious entrepreneurs, so we can go to the next thing for the day, because I want tomorrow we have something very important for you tomorrow. Write down under this amphibious entrepreneur, God wants to accelerate and manifest himself in what you do. Write it down on your note so you know. Say, God wants to manifest, God wants to accelerate and manifest himself in all that I do, in what I do. God wants to accelerate and manifest himself in what I do. So if you have this consciousness, you will learn to do things better. You have this consciousness that if God wants to manifest himself through me, that means I'm a vessel unto honor. It's very important to have this. God wants to accelerate and manifest himself in what I do. If I wake up in the morning and realize that God wants to accelerate and manifest himself in what I do, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to be everywhere. I'm going to, in fact, sometimes Christ just leave the disciples. He wants to spend time on himself. He wants to pick pen and paper. He wants to write something so that I can teach. See, if you don't invest in yourself as an entrepreneur, you will not be able to manifest something on the positive things on the outside. Let me go to the features today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 features. Very interesting. These features, it will make you attractive and magnetic. Write it, attractive features. Attractive features. These are the features, 7 features these 4 people possess that make them attractive and magnetic. I'm going to give you 7 of them. And anybody that possesses 7 of these features in his life, okay, you will not just attract favor, you also succeed against all odds. You not just succeed. No matter the pressure. Pressure is not bad, my brother, my sister. It's pressure that makes diamond strong. See, with diamond must pass through pressure for diamond to be diamond. There's no two ways about it. In fact, gold must pass through fire for gold to be gold. So your brain must pass through process of training for you to be able to discern and accept the responsibility that will make you successful. Until you respond to your ability, my brother, my sister, forget about it. See, this life we live in a choice. Poverty in a man create them. Wealth in a man create them. You can create wealth. You can live life above limitations. It's only your thinking that limits people. So today, let me give you 7 features as an entrepreneur. As you leave this place today, you have to find a way to possess these 7 features that will make you stand before king and not before mere men. Okay, I would like to clean some of this because I would like to write some of the features on the board so that some of us that are very slow in writing, at least. Perfect. So the first features, attractive features. Number 1, that they were skillful in wisdom. They were skillful in wisdom. Number 1, they were skillful in wisdom. So what that means that they were emotionally, socially, and technically intelligent. That means they were emotionally, socially, and technically intelligent. So that means they were skillful. That means whatever they do, they act, they did not do it anyhow. They were able to control their emotions. They were able to relate with people. They were socially, relationally, they were technically, see, technical skill is not a business skill. Technical skill is good, business skill is good. We need to relate to people. See, people are technically good, but they are poor. They can do executive chair. You see this carpenter, very sound, technically sound, but why is he broke? Because he lacks the ability to control his emotions and relational skills. He doesn't know transaction. See, technical skill is good though, but you must understand transaction. Business is transaction. Ability to relate to people, collect money, market yourself, promote yourself. Yeah, some tellers are very, very good. Very, very good. They can sew clothes like this. You look at them. Oh, this man is very skillful. Why is he poor? Some people are very good in making ching and cake, but are they broke? Because they don't know, they don't have business skill. Today is not the day. But these guys, you see, they possess these 7 qualities. And if you are seeking to become skillful and competent, okay, you stand in front of kings and not mere men. Number 2 qualities that they possess was that they have understanding of science. Number 2, understanding of science. They have understanding of science. Okay? What I mean there is that they understand how and why things work. They understand how and why things work. So some people don't want to know how things work. They don't want to study about gravity. They don't want to talk about law of sowing and reaping, exchange. They don't want to know how things work and why things work. Okay, you don't want to know about money, investments. So you want to get something you don't want to study. Really? Oh, my brother, my sister, wake up. Oh. See, you can never have things you don't understand. Remember, whatever you don't understand overwhelms you. Whatever you understand, you can modify. So some people don't know what money is. You have to give me 5 levels of money. You don't know. What is money? They don't know. So they don't understand the intrinsic value of what makes money money. Money is not paper. Money is value. Don't look for paper. Paper will disappoint you. Don't work for paper. In fact, you work for paper, your name is sorry. You work for value, work for relationship, work for experience, not for money. People that work for money, poor men work for money. Wealthy men think and create. That's how wealthy men work. Because we know the true money is in your mind. There is more money in your mind than in your pocket. You can always print. Money is idea. People that have ideas believe that they have money. Look at all these things. See, they're all ideas. This one mean idea. So why are you not getting money enough? Because you are not thinking, you're not valuing your idea enough. In fact, some people don't even value their idea. They prefer their neighbor's idea than them. In fact, they even prefer a madman idea than their own idea. Oh my God. How am I sure? See their attitude. They don't want to think of something to do for themselves. They want to go and apply to work for another man's idea. See, if you don't work on your idea, someone will hire you to improve his own idea. So you don't want to build your own company, someone will hire you to build his own company. You don't see, when a poor man wants to make money, he wants to sell his time. When a rich man wants to make money, he buys people's time. That's what we do now. We buy people's time. Last time I was talking to my office, and some guys were looking at me and they were laughing. I tell them that's the truth. See, when a man wants to make money, when a man wants to be serious with his financial life, he deletes women from his life. He deletes distractions. He focuses on himself so he can finally save the money for shawarma and ice cream. He deletes all those things. When a man wants to be focused, that's how men behave. Because no more too much drinking, they cut off those things. But when a woman wants to make money, he will get 3 boyfriends, 3, 4, we want shawarma and ice cream so that she can depend on all of them and save her own money. Is it good or very good? You know, you see a woman that want to be serious with her life. She will get Mugu 1, Mugu 2, Mugu 3, Mugu 4. Ice cream, sugar, ice cream, recharge card. So that those men can come to do the recharge card 2, 3. And if she now save all her money and use and do investment, that's why I want to make money. But for man, you cut off those things. That's not my class. I don't know why I'm here. Why do I find myself here? Let's go to number 3. Okay, let's go to number 3. I'm telling you the truth now. When I want to be serious in my life, no girlfriend, nobody. Delete, turn out delete. That save money now. That I can't give money. Buy line, buy this one. When you make the money, you want marry. You gonna those stupid ones. You dey try fix your future. You dey spend all the money when you make on top woman. Your name na sorry. Tell no sorry. I'm very sure you reach 40 years, you no go marry. But at 30 years in your father's house, eating your mother's pot. If I catch you 30 years in your mother's house, that's a monam you no go believe am. Your mama could give you. The point of when you want someone say, yeah, that makes someone say can afford. You get mine die. At 30 years, you're eating your mother's food. Now, wow. In your father's roof. No, there's something that is missing in your life. One nut don't rust. We need to come. Let me remove the nut and tie it again. You're not thinking, that is a bad thing. So, when your children ask you, Daddy, when men were men, where were you? What do you want to answer them? Why you want to answer? I wish kind of want to answer your children. No, wake up. Say, no, wake up. So, these guys, they were skillful and they have the understanding of how and why things works. And number what? 3. They were without blemish. Without blemish. Blemish is because they were actually fulfilling their purpose, and the children of Babylon did not find need to blame them. So they were good looking, fit, possessing an attractive personality. So they were good looking. These children of Israel, they were good looking as an entrepreneur. Good looking. Good looking is a good business. Good looking, fit, they were fit, physically fit, possessing an attractive personality. So they were personality. The way you dress is the way you be addressed. No appear in front of people anyhow. And you are looking for favor as an entrepreneur. You're working like someone that drink kai in my community. Those men that wake up in the morning, they use kai in my junction to brush their mouth. They will put kai carry snuff, You are behaving like them. They will carry one shoulder. And so favor is very far from such people. No favor at all. If you go suffer tire, poverty na your son himself. Poverty become your birthright. That will never be your portion. Tell your neighbor. Poverty is bad. Money is good. Tell your neighbor. Poverty is difficult to explain. 7 of them. Skillful, understanding of science, without blemish, good looking, possessing an attractive personality. Very, very important for you to attract favor. Number what now? 4. Number 4. They have royal standard. Number 4, they possess royal standard. Royal standard. Don't just set goals. Don't just set goals to yourself. Number 4, royal standard. Don't just set goals to yourself. Put standard on your goals. This is a limit I cannot go. In fact, these people have standard to the point that they refuse to eat the king's meal. They are standard. So these people you see, you must set standard for yourself. See, if you don't stand for something, you fall for everything. Personal standard. Me, I must wake up in the morning. Me, I must pray. Me, I must read. I must invest in myself. I must be deliberate. I will not be found everywhere. I must be intentional about my life. I must find a purpose. I must find a direction. I must find a direction and focus, because speed is useless without direction. Direction is useless without destination. I'm not going to be distracted. Once I make up my target this month, next month, I'm making 100K, 200K. That's my target. What you need to earn. Who do I need to become to make that money? That is a goal. A goal is something who you become to get your target. Okay, now put strategic planning, because without strategic planning, okay, you cannot achieve the goal. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make call. I'm going to fail this product. So when you put up the strategic plan, strategy is a military word. That means you must have the discipline of a military man to follow a plan. And we that fail to plan, plan to fail. So you put strategy, focus on your strategy, then you become unstoppable. Tell your neighbor, I am unstoppable.
I am unstoppable.
The next one is that number what now? Number 5. I didn't want to clean this because I want to go to the last one. But okay, let me do this. There's nothing I can do. I still need to write number 5. So I won't miss the last one. Okay, number 5 now. They possess knowledge. Number 5, they possess knowledge, the ability to learn and possess knowledge. Knowledge, that is to say, they demonstrate advanced general knowledge and understand their roles. So they understand things, they were able to learn. Learning is a real habit, they were able to acquire. These guys, they were able to adapt. So many entrepreneurs don't want to learn to improve themselves, to become innovative. Once you are not innovative, once you are not updated, you'll be outdated. So they were able to put some certain kinds of knowledge about the palace, about the kingdom. Number 6, they were ability to stand. The ability to stand up for what they believe. Ability to stand up for what they believe. To stand up for what they believe. So that was one of the qualities they have. They have thick-skinned, hard-working, confident people. They were not shying away from responsibility. They were not shying away for their faith. See, some people, they know what to say, but they don't know how to stand up and say it. So they just say, I know it too. I'm back at time, I would have said it. So the fact is that, you know why? Confidence is the worst thing that can happen to anybody. The lack of confidence. What can happen to anybody on earth? Because you will not be able to express your thoughts, your ideas to people that might even love to even invest in you. And one of the things that we women will need to help the men. Please don't kill the men's ego at home, because every man likes his confidence to be high. And one of the ways to help the man's confidence to be high is always encourage the man. Don't criticize him. Criticism when you point someone's mistakes to bring him down. While correction encourages when you point someone's mistakes for him to improve. So how do you do? For example, now someone did something that was bad. You're not telling him you are bad, you are stupid idiot. No, you this man, you don't know how to make financial decisions. You are useless. That kind of thing kills a man's confidence. If I run away from you, men don't like when their confidence is down. They say the man doesn't come back home again. Tell them, okay, you did very well, but you can do better. It's better that way. Then okay, I always trust your decision. Always praise the person before you correct. That is constructive criticism. You appreciate him. Oh, I know you gave your best. But you can do better than that. You actually go out and make decision on these things. I trust you. I believe in your judgment. But the thing that if you look at it this way, the person will learn. In fact, there's something we learned during the BMS. Before you talk to somebody, excuse him, isolate the person, carry him, go away both of a day, sit down, tell him and say, you see what thing happened, this thing you do and well, but you could have done it better. This will boost that person's confidence. You're not confident. You know what makes of us lost our confidence? When we're growing up as a child, you break the place, they will flog you. In fact, me, they flog me, so they came become my surname. As in, me, I sabi play where that how I grow. So they get every time they must sew new uniform for me. And they put 2 holes for my pocket, my back like this. Because I could play football, do sliding, those sliding, those things. We don't come out. A guy tell me, mama, all the orange, we plug and they play football. My grandma don't flog us, so he don't tire. Every market day, you must buy all this small ball, this ball that they use rubber to make in the village, this local rubber. Me and my brothers, we play. We are 5 boys. We play so the family hear them. No play where I be small boy. I do Boris, I do rubber band, I do everything I do. If I the worst one they do, we know we don't do to ride bicycle. We'll carry our bicycle, go, the stream now, body them. We'll keep the bicycle on top, leave our hand like this, the bicycle go water, and the bicycle will spoil. My house, they go flog us. So they flog confidence come out our body. We lack confidence in ourselves. When we see confidence, we run away. The thing is that when you beat a child too much, you are killing his confidence. This is how you correct a child. Every time you beat him. The child goes see they run. That time when you hear father's car, boom, 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 forget everybody. Brah. We don't play things. We won't go from sleep. My back don't know when you play because sweat, sand, still there our back. All those things. So it's fine anyway. So these guys, they develop this skill to learn to adapt against rejection, betrayal, sabotaging, haters. Because they were actually slaves in the children in the land of Babylon. So you need to ability to operate. I told you yesterday that when you want to be at the top, know that you become the topic and the target of discussion. So get used to it. When you want to become ahead of other people, you become the headline. So number 7, the last one but not the least, features that will make you attractive It's not just ability to be skillful, understand, and work with good personality, set personal standard for yourself, and then not just acquiring knowledge. Of course, not just ability to stand up. Tell us, stand up.
Stand up.
A lot of us could stand up, but you don't have something to say because you didn't invest in yourself. Remember, the content of your character is more important than every other thing in life because when you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. Yes or yes?
Yes.
In fact, if you don't close your mouth and you be considered a wise person, because even a foolish person, once he's silent, they think he's wise. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Because he's in the province of knowledge to speak and province of wisdom to shut up. Tell not shut up.
Shut up.
Wise people don't speak anyhow. What if you have knowledge, you can speak because it's in the confine of provision of knowledge that you know to speak. But in the confines of wisdom to shut up. In fact, a man that speaks less words most of the time in the midst of his friends, that listen more, has been proven to be very smart. I don't mean having an introvert quality. I mean someone that's intentionally, deliberately. But wisdom is knowing what to say and when to say it. You know, knowing what to say.
Knowing what to say.
And when to say it.
And when to say it.
Now, you know what to say doesn't mean you should open your mouth anyway now. You should know when to say it because a word of a king must be valued. That is where power is. The last one is that they learn the culture and the language of the Babylonian. They learn the culture and the language of the Babylonian. They learn. They have teachable spirit. They were teachable, mentorable, and coachable. So they were teachable, coachable, and mentorable. They learned the language of the Babylonians, the Chaldeans. So your ability to learn will put you in front of kings and not mere men. Your unwillingness to learn, you see it every day in our business learning community. People come to the community, oh, please, oh, before you enter our community to learn the kind of money we are making, you must learn. Because this is a business learning community. They know business learning community.
Business learning community.
You know, our first assignment in this community is that we give person a book to read. And one of the first we give to people to read is either this 21 Success Secret by Brian Tracy or The Secrets of the Billionaire's Mind. But you know what happened? Let me just say this. A lot of people don't finish that Facebook. You know why they don't finish it? They're not willing to learn. I know why they're not willing to learn. I've been telling you something very important in the book of Proverbs. Proverbs, of course, 122c. It says, fools hate knowledge. Fools do what? Hate knowledge. Why they don't want to learn is because they hate it. They hate knowledge. That's a foolish man cannot be in our community for 2 months. He will run away. He will run away because he hates it. They don't want to be part of knowledge. And I want to do everything. I read the Bible very well. I'm not the one that wrote it. I saw it in the Bible too. King Solomon wrote it. He's one of the big, wisest man and richest man ever lived. He said that fools hate knowledge because before the guy come to that conclusion, because he has tried many things, he wrote Proverbs, he wrote Psalms. He wrote Proverbs. People came from far and near. They came to seek his wisdom, and he actually concluded that fools hate knowledge because he must agree. And fools don't follow instruction. That's why the Bible also says something very, very well. He said that in the book of Proverbs at 18, verse 18. It said that poverty and shame shall be to those that refuse instruction. Poverty and what? Shame. If you see a man that is full of poverty and he always having, they follow instruction. I always say that poor men are like China phone. They don't obey instructions. Tell your neighbor. Poor men are like China phone. They don't obey instructions. They always give you excuse. I never see anybody for this life they give excuse like poor people. And excuses are the currency. Poor people used to buy failure. Tell them what, neighbor. Excuses are the currency. Poor people used to buy failure. Finally, don't. You cannot truly help a man who is not tired of his poverty. You cannot help that man. Make the person they make poverty use and brush mouth every morning. When you don't tire, see, poverty is very bad. It will remove your rank as a man. You will see things to buy for your children you cannot buy. You will see the trip you want to go, you cannot embark on the journey. You will see you'll be so. No only poor man knows it from Uyo to Abuja now 17 hours. Rich man knows in 45 minutes. Yes or yes?
Yes.
I know. This is my class. We need to finish it today. I won't guide this topic to tomorrow. We have to finish it. Let me go to the last one. Even though I'm reading it for you. You can go to the internet and get the notes. Promotion by favor. Tell me, say favor. Okay, I missed it. It's not supposed to be features. It's supposed to be favor. Sorry. Favor and fire. Provision by favor and fire. Sorry. So let me just read it for you. Because I have a training for you tomorrow. So I will not repeat this tomorrow. Just listen. Favor occurs when God informs the beliefs and opinion of key people about you so that they see in you what others cannot see and what sometimes you yourself cannot see. So that's when a man is favored. Favor occurs when God informs the beliefs and opinion of key people about you so that they can see in you what others cannot see and sometimes what you yourself cannot see. Promotion by favor comes from attractive and compelling features of these 7 things I mentioned. Favor works by perception. Write that on your note. If you don't write anything today, write that on your note. Favors work by perception. What they perceive about you. His personal opinion of Enoch that he went to look for the qualities and the character of the children of Israel. Favors work by perception. Favor work by perception. So if you don't develop the 7 features, you will not you will not attract favor. If you don't develop these 7 features, you are not adaptable, you are not skillful, you don't follow instruction. Favor is very far from you, my brother, my sister. Just forget about it. The eunuch went out to look for qualities in the children of the captive Israel. So if you don't to know that people that are going to that are easy to adapt. So when you see these 7 qualities, these 7 qualities attracted him to these 4 children of Israel. So the eunuch, of course, qualified people to be chosen for the next level of promotion in their business, in their family, in any way they find themselves. The last one, which is promotion by fire, I'm going to mention 3 things and then we go. 3 things. Then promotion by favor, promotion by fire. Promotion must come to you, but you must do these 3 things to attract that promotion. Number 1, you must stand up. Then you must stand up.
Stand up.
Number 1, you must stand up. Number 2, you must actually stand out. Then you must stand out.
Stand proud.
And number 3, you must actually stand firm. Then you must stand firm.
Stand firm.
Okay? So you have to show up, speak up, of course, stand up, speak up, and show up, stand up, and speak up. So you must stand up, stand out, and stand firm. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for everything. Once you stand up, you will need to stand out, because when you want to become the top, you become the topic and the target. You may be the last, but there's always a man, the 4th man in the fire for you. When they put them in the fire, then there were 3, but now there are 4. God says, when you pass through waters, I will be with you. When you pass through fire, I will be with you, because he knows that people will jealous you, that desire what you want. There will be envy, that will think that the people will be envious. They will think that you're not qualified to be in that place. But something will take you to be in that place. And those are the 7 features of every entrepreneurs that always stand the test of time. So you must stand up for something at some point in your business, in your family, in your investment, or that you deeply believe. God will always be with you. Even in the fire, he will become the 4th man. So you need to stand firm, because you may be cast into the fire of criticism, allegation, excluding, of course, picked out and picked on, and people will call you names. If nobody have called you names, that means you've not gotten a big vision. You've not dreamed big. That's why they're not calling you names. When a man has a big dream, I told you, you don't pay money to dream. Nobody pay money to dream. Everybody can dream. And if you must dream, please dream big. The only challenge is that once you put a deadline on your dreams, it becomes what? A goal. Goals are dreams with deadline. So once you put a deadline, by this time 3 months, by this time next year, I will do this, I will do that. Once you put a deadline, by this time 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, once you put a deadline on your dreams, it becomes what? A goal. And every goal demands some sacrifice of time, resources, effort. So if you don't see, you cannot achieve a goal you did not set. Tell neighbor.
Neighbor,
You can never achieve a goal
you can never achieve a goal
you did not set.
you did not set.
And tell your neighbor,
Neighbor,
without a goal,
without a goal,
you are going nowhere.
you are going nowhere.
Nowhere, my brother. So put up 3-month goal, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years. What is wrong with you? What's your goal for 5 years? Okay, Sarah. As God one time, now you go be. No, that responsibility to plan is your own race. It's yours to do. But God will order your steps. So put up a dream and put a goal. Put big dreams. Let your dreams scare you. Let it let it give you good people. Set up something that from today I must find favor in front of kings. I must find favor. See, stop associating with negative people. If you always see yourself associating with poor people, negative people, you are going nowhere. See, 2 poor men can never help themselves. You cannot find positive favor from poor people. When we back cannot help themselves in this life, my brother, my sister. They will never get neighbor. 2 poor men can never help themselves. I think I will stop there for today because of my time. So I'm very sorry I'm eating your time today. Class is 8 to 9, but it's 11 minutes past 9. So sorry about that. I just chopped the 11 minutes but it's part of the process. So online community, let me talk to you right now because I want to say a big thank you and a deep appreciation from those of you watching us from the US, from Dubai, from France, from Italy. YouTube has told us that the next highest country after Nigeria is US. So thank you so much. But please, I want to say this to you as a professional advice. Don't get involved in a business without a mentor. You know why? Mentorship is the legal shortcut to success. He that stands on the shoulder of mentors will see far. See you tomorrow. See you at the top. And God bless you. Have a wonderful day. And bye-bye for now. So